each week during the segment, we give all of our panel members a chance to say what's on their minds. So Mary, what is on your mind today?
I would just like to give a huge shout out to the new police chief for Hagerstown. Chief Brito, I believe is how he pronounces his name, was sworn in, I guess, earlier in June. I had an opportunity to speak with him at a luncheon in June, and such a dynamic guy. He's from DC, has really hit the ground running with trying to meet with all of the city officials and county officials as well, really just trying to get acclimated and getting to know the people that he's going to be serving. But I saw this picture, somebody put it on social media, I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually of the police chief going right up to someone who was protesting. This was actually a Black Lives Matter protester, and gave him water and just started up a conversation with him. And that's the kind of leadership that I want to see trickle down in all areas of our city government and county government and beyond. And I think it's awesome. Just wanted to give him a shout out.
Well, the fact that he's from DC, I think, takes the cake. You know, as a DC native, I have to say that he gets my vote. Mr. Bowers, what is on your mind?
There's been a lot of discussion. I've talked about it each week, and I'm going to continue this week. There's been a lot of discussion about going to war, declaring war on terrorists. And my caution is this. I don't mind doing that, but let's get in place the medical benefits that Senator John McCain has, that he's had since he was a prisoner of war in Vietnam. Let's have those same medical benefits to anyone that we send into any future conflict. I think the debate needs to stop. I've never heard of one senator or congressman against health care for veterans, but they never get it. Why can't they have the same private health care that senators and congressmen? And I would say the senators and congressmen lose their health care until they give it to the veterans of this country.
Well, I could not agree with you more. Mr. Miller.
So I think that in many cases in our society these days, we can't see the forest through the trees. And I think the latest example of that is this whole controversy over Melania Trump and her speech the other night, and whether parts of it were lifted from First Lady Obama's speech back in 2008. And I think clearly they were. I also think, who cares? Can we not have the same thought processes? We jump to, again, we are so overwhelmed with minutia. Let's keep our eye on the ball. We've got real problems in this country, and we need real, serious leaders to deal with them.
And I think that's a very good point, and that kind of dovetails into what I have to say for my last call, which is, and I have a specific example that I want to talk about, but I think on a broader sense, it's the fact that we don't talk about things. We can't have a rational or nuanced view on things. Everything is an absolute anymore. And we yell at each other more than we talk about things to each other. So, and a perfect example of that is the entire gun rights versus the Second Amendment versus the banning of guns debate. There has to be a rational middle ground someplace. We are guaranteed by the Constitution until such time that we can get enough votes in Congress, 2/3 last time I checked, to amend the Constitution. It is a right that we're given, and I think a lot of us consider it to be a very significant right. That doesn't mean we can't have a talk about regulation and about background checks and about mental health regulations and everything else. And everything else in our political cycle seems to revolve around very set opinions and the complete inability to have any flexibility in our opinion. That's all the time we have for tonight. We hope you like us on Facebook and on Twitter, and hopefully you'll join us next week for another visit to the Flipside.